Yo guys, what is good? It's your boy Jamo here, back again with another video, and today we're going over some recent pickups. Alright, as always, before I begin today's video, if you guys have not seen my most recent video where I go over my craziest purchase ever, make sure to go check it out after this. I'm not going to reveal what that purchase is exactly, but obviously judging by the thumbnail, you can probably tell what it is. And it's been a huge journey. It's definitely been a lot, but I just want you guys to go check out that video after this. And yeah, definitely give that video a lot more love because I think that it's something that really is not sneaker related, but obviously it is something that is life-changing. But in today's video, we're going over a couple of new pickups, nothing too crazy, but again, I wanted to show you guys some new things I got. In my last video, I definitely said that I'm going to take it easier with the sneaker purchases because I'm trying to save some money, but we still have some sneaker purchases. I didn't spend too much on them, but you know, I still think that I should go over it on my channel. All right, but this first pickup we got up is actually for my girlfriend. Actually, she's my fiance now. Yeah, wow, it sounds different. But basically, we're going to Thailand for a church missions trip in a couple of weeks. And for someone that's been there, I'm telling her that she needs to pack a pair of shoes that she's not afraid to get dirty, that she can beat up. So basically, we're going on a church missions trip to Thailand in a couple of weeks. And for someone that's been there, I'm trying to tell her that she's got to wear a pair of sneakers that she can get dirty and that she can beat up. However, even though she's not the one that's worried, for me, I definitely do not want her to bring any of the sneakers that I've bought for her. I want her to keep those sneakers in good condition, and I just don't think that there are any sneakers in her collection right now that are beaters. So I decided to get her a pair that she can literally beat up. These are actually used. I bought them on eBay and they were literally like 30 bucks. So I was like, why not just buy these for her so that she can mess these up, so therefore she doesn't have to mess up all the other shoes that I got for her. So let's open these up. It's really nothing too crazy. They're just a regular pair of beaters, but I'm happy to see them in person. All right, and yeah, these are definitely beat up. And in 3, 2, 1, sheesh. Yeah, not a big sheesh. These are definitely worn in, but you know what? It's all good because these are going to be sneakers that she is going to wear to the ground over there. I'm okay with it. But as you guys can see, we do have the Adidas Ultraboost 4.0s in this black colorway. I'm definitely going to clean these up. I know that she's gonna get them beat up anyways, but for her sake of just wearing them, I want her to feel like they're in decent condition first. You guys can see the Boost material is definitely yellowed. They're not the cleanest pair of sneakers, but again, for 30 bucks, you really cannot go wrong with a really comfortable pair of runners. And again, this is something that she can mess up, wear it to the ground. No biggie, I won't care. All right, let's take a break from the sneakers and let's move on to some clothing pickups. And basically for context, for those of you guys that don't know, over the last year, I have been really into K-pop. I know that a lot of people don't really like K-pop, they don't respect it, but over the last year, again, I've grown a liking towards that genre of music. I've been a fan of a couple of groups, and one of those groups is Sserafim. All right, for those of you guys that don't know, Sserafim is basically one of the leading girl groups in the K-pop industry today. They're one of my favorite groups to listen to. They released an album about a month ago and I love it a lot. And they also announced this year that they're going on tour once again. So they basically released a lot of Hot Topic merch and I wanted to go to the mall and pick some stuff up. I'm going to see them in October and I definitely want to represent. I want to wear their merch just because I'm a huge fan and I think that their pieces are kind of fire. So I picked this one up at the mall for myself, this white tee with the group's photo on it. I feel like this is so fire. I would definitely wear this as like an everyday piece with my outfits. I feel like when it comes to clothing, I always want to wear pieces that represent my taste and liking towards different things. So my hobbies and interests, and the Sserafim is definitely one of them. Again, I think that the picture on this tee looks so fire. And I also made sure to buy this in a size up so it can kind of look a little more boxy. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about wearing like band tees or group tees. I feel like just wearing merch is definitely a huge statement when it comes to fashion and clothing. So definitely something that I will be open to wearing. It's not always about wearing kith. I know I wear a lot of kith nowadays, but I also like to wear a lot of merch from my favorite artists. I've worn shirts from Purpose Tour, Justin Bieber's merch, and Sserafim is going to be another group that I'm down to represent. But that's not the only thing that I picked up at Hot Topic. And I ended up picking up this black zip-up hoodie. And on the back, you guys can see there's another photo of all their eyes, all the members' eyes in blue. And this is really, really cool. I feel like this is nice and subtle. It's nothing too bold. And again, it's a black zip-up hoodie, so you cannot go wrong with it. On the front, we have Pure Flow, the name of their album, and then their group's logo, the Sserafim logo. So yeah, this is so cool. I can literally put it on right now. I'm definitely gonna wear it once it gets a little cooler outside. But yeah, boom, like this is just a regular zip-up hoodie, nothing too crazy. And I am so down to rock something like this. So yeah, I know I'm outing myself a little bit, but honestly, K-pop is not as crazy as everyone thinks it is. But yeah, just wanted to show you guys some pickups from one of my favorite groups to listen to right now. Definitely open to wearing their merch. And yeah, these are actually so fire. I love them a lot. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I definitely want to hear from you guys. But also give Sserafim a chance and listen to some of their songs if you can. They're not a bad group. Definitely check it out. All right, and let's move on to our last pickup of this video. And this one is kind of a little bit of a dilemma. And basically this is because I already have this sneaker in my collection. I just saw a different colorway, and I was at the mall the same day I picked up the Sserafim merch. I saw these sitting at JD, and I was like, oh shoot, I already bought a colorway in this sneaker. And I was like, I like this colorway better. I think that this fits me better. This is what I was looking for. And I was really stressed out, but I'll show you guys the shoe first. So this is from Adidas. I'll unbox the lid in 3, 2, 1. Sheesh! Yes, sir! So yeah, this definitely looks familiar to you guys if you've watched, my most recent videos. But yup, we have yet another pair of the Adidas BW Armies. So you guys might remember I picked these up maybe like 3 or 4 videos ago, and I was really excited to have a pair. I feel like the Adidas BW Armies are a safe sneaker to wear. If you're trying to go for something low-key with little branding and something that goes with everything, the BW Armies are your best bet. And also the best part about the sneaker is that they are so affordable, retailing at only a price of 120 bucks. Now, again, I love this sneaker. I think it's so nice. I think it's beautiful. It's very minimal, and it also kind of gives off this vintage or deconstructed look, which is pretty cool. Most of all, this is probably the cheapest alternative to the Mason Margiela German Army Trainer replicas. And basically those were actually inspired by the original pairs that Adidas designed for the German Army. Yeah, and the Mason Margiela pairs go for literally $750, so not everyone can afford it. And when Adidas said they were releasing a lot more of their BW Armies, people jumped on that because that meant that they can get this kind of silhouette sneaker for a much cheaper price. However, this was not the original pair that I copped. I will show you guys the one I did a whole video on, and bam, we have this pair right here in the white colorway. Now I know what you guys are thinking. For most of you, you're probably thinking, hey, well, it doesn't really matter. They're not too different. They're not too far off. Why did you end up going with the second pair? Well, for those of you guys that are sneakerheads, I'm sure you understand that when it comes to a specific colorway, you just know that that is the colorway that you want. And I think one of the worst feelings that sneakerheads get is that when they basically settle for something less or for something different in a sneaker, and then a couple of months or years later, they basically come out with the exact thing that they wanted to begin with. And the problem is they already bought a pair, they already spent money on it, they've worn it, they're just like, shoot, what do I do? Do I buy a second pair and try to get rid of my first pair? Or do I just swallow it and basically say this is what I'm going with? And most of the time, the second scenario is something that sneakerheads don't actually go along with. They really end up buying the second pair because that's what they wanted all along. Now, I even mentioned in my review of the BW Armies, and if you guys have not seen that video, make sure to go check it out after this, that basically when it came to this colorway, it wasn't my first option. I didn't really love how the white stripe right here was white. Part of me really wanted it to be the same shade as this kind of grayish suede right here, but it wasn't something that I was too crazy about. I didn't really care about it too much. Now, when it comes to the Maison Margiela replicas, they do come in a kind of different color here. Everything is a little more toned down and a little darker. It's supposed to represent age and wear to it. This one right here is a little more white. And for Adidas, this is actually one of their luxury versions, basically kind of made with better quality materials. But one thing I did not love is that on the uppers, now the leather is cracking. And while it doesn't bother me, when you're walking in them, you can definitely feel that the leather is chipping off of the shoe. These were some qualms that I had about this, but it wasn't that big of a deal. Not until I walked into JD and basically found a colorway that basically is almost identical to the Maison Margiela replicas. This is exactly what I wanted. I wanted the gray suede on the stripe instead. I wanted a much more darker and muted colorway. The laces were a lot more yellowed as opposed to these. And I just felt like this is something that I was looking for. So both of these are technically in this cream or neutral tone. They go well with everything. They're very minimal. They're the perfect sneaker for most people. But at the end of the day, I am very picky about every single detail on a sneaker. So I had to pick this pair up. And now I'm trying to get rid of this pair. I'm trying to sell it or either see if Adidas will let me return it. But one thing I also really love about this specific colorway is that the leather is actually a lot more smooth. You know, instead of the cracked leather on the other pair, this is actually in this very smooth leather. And this is something that I would enjoy wearing a lot more. I mean, it happens all the time. Literally, I'll go through my sneaker collection. I'll probably buy a colorway that I'm like, I'll wear, but it's not my favorite. And then later on, I'll check on the website or whatever store that I'm at, and I'm like, shoot, a better colorway came out. Now I gotta get this one, and I gotta try to get rid of my other pair. That's the worst feeling that sneakerheads get again. But yeah, those are just some pickups that I wanted to show you guys in today's video. But now I'll hear from you guys. If you guys are in the store and you see another colorway of a sneaker that you already have, that you like a lot better, are you A, more willing to just keep the original pair? Or B, are you gonna get the second pair and just swallow the cost? Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below because I do wanna hear from you. And as always, if you guys liked the video, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you guys wanna hear more from me, smash the subscribe button because more will be on the way. Again, these are just some pickups and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace!